Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
Oh, he took me out of my own game. So look, we were supposed to play basketball, right, Paul? We did rock, paper, scissors. It works, and he beat me.
Welcome to Michigan, Big Ten country, where it's sunny. Beautiful football Saturday here in Big Ten country. I got Cornell Mack from Pittsburgh, PA. What's up, Cornell?
What's going on, brother? How you doing?
Well, we were both so busy at Equip, I didn't really get to see. So I want to debrief that real quick. I want to say thanks to my friend Brian for inviting me back up to Novi, Michigan for Entrepreneur Academy. Thanks to him and Liz for this wonderful event. So having a good time here.
Yeah, it's awesome, man. They always do great things. That's one of the things my wife said. She's like, I love to go to their events because you know it's going to be high class.
Well, why are you talking so soft here, Cornell?
I don't know. I didn't think I was talking soft. I'll give you the energy now.
Step up the energy here.
You got it, brother. Let's do it.
Excellence in broadcasting. The lunch was great, as always. So Liz and Brian, you know, whatever catering service they have, A+.
Well, I didn't even get to eat yet, so
it's good. Well, we got a long line. We'll make sure you get you a plate before they pack it up. But let's debrief Equip, man. You had your first event.
Yeah.
How did that go? And I apologize, I didn't make it.
That's all right. I heard you apologize already, so I appreciate you guys even acknowledging that.
Yeah, Kubota had already invited me to dinner, so I was thinking I'd go to dinner, swing by, and we got to talking, and it was past my bedtime.
Yeah. Well, it turned out way better than I expected. I mean, it sold out before we even got to Equip at 180 people. But, you know, that happens. There's going to be attrition. You don't know how many people are actually going to show up. And so whenever I got to the event, there was like 60 people in line waiting to get in. And I was like, what is going on here? But once we got everybody in, Jobber was there. They sponsored the event. We got everyone in. People got their bowling shoes, and we got started on the games, man. It was really an amazing time, right? Executive Strike and Spare really did a good job.
What kind of games did you guys play?
So we had the highest game. That was won by a guy named Jeffrey.
And Gordy did he not play because of his injury?
Yes, his foot was broken.
Man, and he's a 300 guy.
I know. I was looking forward to seeing him bowl, and I think he was looking forward to bowl, but like a week beforehand, he got hurt. I think helping his dog or doing something with his dog.
That's the story he told me, too. I don't know.
Yeah, we'll see. But there was 3 games. We had the highest game.
And what did the winner bowl?
180.
180?
182, yeah.
182?
It was actually Big Buckeye who won. Rick with Big Buckeye. So he won the event, and the winner of that event was to get a Echo PB 9010.
Nice.
And Big Buckeye was he's the one who actually bought the 9010 for the giveaway. So when he won his own prize, he was like, I can't do that. I don't want to take my own prize. So he switched over with the guy who won the strike challenge. His name was Jeffrey Campbell. So we had 10 people line up. We had a 10-lane private bowling area. We had 10 people line up. Everyone throw the ball at the same time. If you get a strike, you automatically move on. If no one gets a strike, then whoever has the highest pin count, they move on. So we had about 3 or 4 rounds. There was like 97 people or something in the strike challenge. And it was cool. And then after that, we had the rock, paper, scissors tournament. In the rock, paper, scissors tournament, the winner of that got a whole ball of wax from Brian, Entrepreneur Academy. 1 free year of my service area from Chris Gentry. Cedric Steele Owens building a website for them free of charge. So it was like a package to help people get started, someone who was just getting started in business, to help propel them, you know, to having success in this game.
I'll play you rock, paper, scissors. Best out of 3. Ready? Wait, hold on.
So you're like the other people.
Okay, right.
There's so many people who
tell me the rules before we start.
So it's just rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
Okay.
But we had so many people, they were going rock, paper, shoot.
Okay. No. All right. Well, best of 3 though.
Yep.
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
I don't know what that was. I think I was.
That was a paper.
Yeah.
Hold on. I gotta think what I want to do. Come on, poker face here. So we're still tied. Okay. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
Oh, that's one nothing.
Go.
1-0.
Let's go. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
Oh, he took me out of my own game. So look, we were supposed to play basketball, right, Paul? We did rock, paper, scissors. It works, and he beat me. He beat me. All right, I gotta admit that. Well, next social event, we gotta do this every single time now, Paul.
I got him. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Oh, we're audio podcast. They don't even know. We both did paper coming out of the gate. We tied. and then a little controversy because you had like a paper scissor, dude.
Yeah.
You ain't gonna pull well. I got footage. I got camera. We got instant replay if we have to.
Yeah.
Take it to the booth.
No
That was
doubt.
paper. Then I did scissor. He did paper.
Yep.
I got him 1-0. Then I went paper. He went rock.
Yeah. I thought I was going to blow the scissors out, but such is life.
Yep. So quite the scene here for those of you watching on YouTube. We have 3 events going on in the same building. We have Launchpreneur Academy. Then we have a quilting show going on down there. And then we have like a Nintendo, I don't know what it's called.
Comic-Con, I think, is here.
Comic-Con?
Yeah, well, I don't know what that... comic books or something?
Yeah, I don't know. People are dressed up like video game people, I guess.
Yeah, comic book people.
Yeah, I don't know.
Me.
But I'm walking down the hallway. They're in all their costumes, and then I don't look, and then they're like looking at me like, you're not going to look at me? Like, right. I was like, I don't know what you are. I'm just not going to look.
Right. I took a picture with the Joker. He made the little funny noise, too. It was weird, but the Joker, he had his face painted and
that's not good.
All of that costume attire on here. We're out here with Mulchmate lanyards,
hoodies,
and name tags.
And yeah, that went well. Mm-hmm. And then anything else you want to share about the event? The rock paper scissors. I just wanted to school you on that.
Yeah, well, no, the event was dope. The next year I want to do it bigger and better. You know, I think that there was like 170 people that came this year. The event did really well, and next year we're just gonna promote it better. You know. Hopefully.
I did promote it for you.
Yeah, absolutely. You did. Naylor did. Andrew Martinez. And so I appreciate you guys helping. And you've been a big help to me just in general, Paul, with the podcast and the live show and just helping me in general. So I appreciate it, man.
Yeah, we'll definitely talk off air. I'll get you set up for success next year.
Yeah, I appreciate it. I need the help because when you don't know something, it's just like us not knowing things in our regular business, right? Mm-hmm. You go to YouTube and you ask some questions. And then you figure it out and you adjust. Like we did a good event. I think we can do it better. Mm-hmm. And apparently I need to raise my prices. But we're going to get that together too.
Yes, sir. Well, what's your experience at LAL? I've been out here podcasting, so I didn't hear any of the speeches. What'd you learn this morning or what was spoken about?
It was dope, man. Keith Kalfas is always awesome. So
you love Keith.
Yeah, that's my guy, bro. He's like a brother to me now. It's crazy how that happened. 7 years ago, I started a business because I seen a Keith Kalfas video, and now we talk to each other on a regular basis. And who would have thought that would happen? But he was dope as always. I was really impressed with Leroy Maines, and he did a leadership talk. And then it was cool. Brian asked me and 5 other people to come up on stage, and so I was up on stage with the Up and Comers panel with Corey Ballard and Blake Albertson. So that was cool.
Did you know he was going to ask you, or he just randomly?
Yeah, I was actually on my way to go get my hoodie because I was a little bit cold. And Cedric called me and was like, yo, get back down here. Brian is looking for you. And I was like, oh, okay, cool. I didn't know what we were going to do. But, yeah, that was cool, man, to go up there. And they asked like 3 or 4 questions to each one of us. And
who was the up-and-comers?
I don't know all of the guys' names. It was myself. There was a young kid who's 18. Ike Berry, I believe, is an older gentleman.
Brett Eichenberger.
Yeah,
Eichenberry.
Yep, him. He was up there, and 2 other people. Kyle Parks, maybe.
Okay.
Yeah, but I'm not sure the names because I didn't know this was gonna happen. I just, but it was awesome to hear. I think the goal was we got guys like Mark Bradley up there, Keith Kalfas. It was to show the people who are in attendance, people who are them. Mm-hmm. Right, everyone can't be Paul or Keith or whatever, but we all own businesses, and I think Brian was just trying to show some relatability to the people who are here, and I think it was a success. So it was fun.
Cool. And going back to Equip, outside of your event, how was your trip this year?
It was mind blowing, actually, for me. I would think that was my 3rd year. My 1st year, I had a goal. I wanted to meet you. I wanted to meet Keith. I wanted to meet all of the people who inspired me to start my business and shake their hands and tell them thank you. So that was my experience year 1. Year 2, a few people knew who I was because we had just started the podcast and I had recently got on YouTube, and one of my videos went viral for me and went crazy from like April to June. And so a lot of people knew who I was, I guess, because of that video. So when I got to Equip Expo this year, I got a different badge. I was able to get in and, go meet brands and things like that. But then when the convention opened, it wasn't even like 2 minutes before someone stopped me and was like, yo, I seen your videos and it had this impact on me or whatever. And that kind of just never stopped the entire 3 days. I was just taking pictures with people and having good conversations with, I call them Belgian horses, right? You know about the Belgian horse? Have you heard me talk about it?
Fill me in.
Yeah, so the Belgian horse can pull 12,000 pounds. It's the 12 to 14,000 pounds. It's the strongest horse on the planet. But when you put two Belgian horses together, how much do you think they could pull?
You said 12,000
to 14,000
for one.
Yeah.
So if you double it, that's the wrong answer. You wanted to have asked me. They can probably do exponentially more. So I'd say 100,000 pounds.
Well, you're way off, but they can pull more. So you would think it would be between 24 and 28,000, but that would be logic telling us. I literally heard a guy say this. He said logic would tell you that that's the right thing because we all know math.
Yeah.
But when you put two Belgian horses together, they both try to outdo each other. And so they can actually pull 35,000 pounds. And that's what this experience is like. It's like this, every single person here is a Belgian horse and we all are together. So imagine what we can pull then, right? And that's kind of what my whole message is now. Like we need to be raising each other up. When Brian puts on an event like this, we all get to come here and share our experiences with one another. And a rising tide raises all ships. Yeah. So when you come here and you get linked up with other Belgian horses, you're going to overexert yourself. The reason being is because we're leaders and leaders want to lead. And so when you put two leaders together, what do? They try and outperform one another. And that's going to bring everyone along a lot faster. So that's how I feel about this event. It's coming here every year. It's different than Equip Expo. Coming here every year is like, let's get linked up with some people so we can make some things happen.
Yeah, and just the proximity principle, just being in the same room as so many successful people. I was having breakfast with a multimillionaire that's lingering in our midst, and he was just talking about when he dies, you know, hopefully it's a long time from now, but he's already planning. The business goes to, you know, the wife and kids and this person and that person. Well, what if him and his wife die together? Then the business, like he's planning all this stuff out with wealth where like you don't have those conversations, you know, other than like events like this. Like, what do I do with these millions of dollars that I have accumulated in cash and in, you know, the house and in the business and in investments, and actually he has like a plan for every scenario, you know, legally in writing that when he does pass on, this is the procession or whatever. It's like, where else are you having this conversation with, like, you know, hey, I have millions of dollars. What do I do with it when it dies? And Andy Mulder, he's not here, I don't think but he called Dave Ramsey a few weeks ago.
I heard about that.
Asking Dave Ramsey, he's like, hey, I have $1 million in my savings account. What should I do with it? I just like listening to these conversations because like one day, that's not my case right now, but one day I want to be, you know, game planning for what do I do with this $1 million I have saved, or hopefully like the fellow I was talking to at breakfast, multiple millions of dollars. This is like my mind, like I never really thought about that until this morning. I'm like, oh wow, he's thinking way ahead.
Yeah, and the crazy thing is like, for me, where I'm from, I have no one who understands what I'm thinking or where I want to go. They don't have the same visions as me. Not that they don't have visions for themselves, but they can't see what I see for myself and where I want to go. But when we come here, everyone has a vision, and it's generally somewhat the same. We all want to have a business that's profitable so that we can live the life that we want. Here is where you can get that from everyone. It's a crazy energy that's always around because winners want to be around other winners. That's one of the things I realized when I came home from Equip. I got like depressed for a few days because when you're around all of that good energy, all of these people who are trying to win in life, that's like my moniker now, win in life. So
I like that.
All of these people who are trying to win in life, and they're all doing things to help themselves win in life, whether it's going to a social event, talking to different people, DMing guys like you or myself now, doing those type of things. And then you go home and you try and tell other people about what you just experienced because it was so great and it was so phenomenal and it can help them do whatever they want to do. They don't got to cut grass. It's just hear the experience, but they don't want to hear it.
Yeah, and then my cameraman, he's here. He's not even in lawn care, but don't you get motivated? He's an entrepreneur. He owns a photography business, but he just, you know, a fly on the wall, and he gets inspired in his business, you know. Yeah. He raises prices, right? SB Moen and I told him, your price is too low. Yeah, well, you raise it too much. Raise a little bit. I paid him a lot to be here. You didn't have to go that extreme on me, but good job raising your prices. And don't just do that toward me. Do that to all your customers.
Yeah, no doubt.
And you too.
I plan on it. All right. Well, you learn how to. So you had a price increase letter for learning lawn care, right? Yeah. I bought that 7, 8 years ago. There's no price increase letter for how to deal with sponsorships. Well, at least to my knowledge so far. So I need to learn that side of things. This wasn't something that I planned on doing, you know?
Yeah, I met a fella, Elijah met him too at Equip. He used the price increase letter template that I have, and he does $1 million business. And so his dad has not raised prices in 32 years.
Wow.
So he was telling his dad, send out Paul's letter and see what happens. So he sent it out to everybody. 8 people canceled. Out of the other ones, everyone said yes, and they made $200,000 more for doing the exact same yards. Minus 8. They even lost 8, so they technically did less labor, and they made $200,000 because he came up to me. He's like, bro, you made me $200,000. And then his dad came up to me later. He's like, how am I ever going to repay you? He's like, I feel like I owe you so much. And I was like, you don't owe me nothing. I was like, you know, you're out there doing all the hard work. I was like, I'm just glad that the letter helped you. But he's like, dude, I don't know how I could ever thank you. He's like, you literally made me $200,000.
That is nuts. And it's so possible for everyone. But we got people who are out here, they get in their own brains, Paul, and they don't believe. Like, all you got to do is believe. If you have 100 yards and you're charging $25, if you raise your price to $50 and half of the people cut you, you make the same amount of money.
Yeah.
With half the work.
But what we'll talk to off air is that you got the biggest problem guys make that are new in this industry is you start too low. Like you got to, it'd be better to start at the market average and then just incrementally raise it a little bit. Because that fella ended up raising 20%, which is extreme, but you know, it's easier to raise it like 7 to 8% if you're already in the right price.
Right.
So I'm keeping an eye in the line still going. I want to make sure you don't get snubbed on a delicious meal. Again, chicken patty thing, parm, I guess they call it, chicken parm, some macaroni and cheese, a dessert thing, a salad. It's a really good lunch.
Yeah, the food's always good here. Like we said earlier, man, Brian and Liz know how to put on a good event. That is for sure. So I'm always looking forward to that chicken parm. I think that's what it's been every year.
Yeah, they make the same thing every year, but I always forget. And until I get up there and I start smelling, I was like, that's what they had last year, I guess for 5 years in a row. But it's good.
Yeah, it is delicious. I'm excited to see some of the stuff they got outside.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's a beautiful day. I'm not joking. Normally I make fun of Michigan because it's cloudy and cold.
Yeah.
And I'm not too fond of Connor Stallion and Jim Harbaugh and the boys.
Oh, yeah.
You hear about
cheating,
all that?
Right? They out there cheating. They putting people in the team that they're playing.
Yeah, so Connor Stallion was at a Central Michigan game on the sideline.
Oh.
Like he was on the coaching staff for Central Michigan. And he was wearing glasses with a little camera.
Whoa.
So he's filming the opponent's signs. So if you watch the Ohio State Michigan game last year, you can watch this footage. This isn't a conspiracy or anything. So Ohio State will call in the play. They're on offense. They'll do the signal. And then the Michigan guys will look at their sideline, and they stole the sign, so they know what Ohio State's running. So they'll tell the safeties to come in, and then they'd stuff the run. They knew what the plays were.
Wow.
And Michigan beat Ohio State, but they knew if it was a run play or a pass play because they had gone to the games and stole the signs, which is illegal in NCAA football. So
that's wow.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
And you don't have that in the pros because a quarterback has a helmet with a microphone system. Oh, we got football. Alabama 7, Kentucky nothing. Tough game against those Wildcats, huh? There we go. We got Ben Naiman over here showing me the Alabama. I'd rather watch the Michigan Penn State.
Harbaugh's not on the sideline. They punished him.
Yeah, but the NFL you can't cheat because the coach, he's up in like a press conference, and sometimes they put the thing over their mouth as a proactive. But no, the quarterback can't hear. Although in the Super Bowl, Matt Ryan's headset went out.
Yeah,
and New England came back. That seemed a little suspicious.
Tom Brady, man, he can't lose.
Where did he go to college?
Michigan, I think, right? Yes.
Yeah, it's all making sense.
Pick one that.
It's all making sense.
Those Michigan guys are treated. Well, we're here in Michigan.
I know.
We gotta kind of watch what we say, man, before we don't make it out of here, Paul. You got to get back to Georgia. I got to go back to Pittsburgh, man.
Yeah.
And there's people in here with samurai swords too.
Yeah, I met a fella named Steve-O from Pittsburgh. You met him?
Yeah, that's my guy. He's right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's Cedric's cousin.
Yeah, I figured it out.
Mm-hmm.
I interviewed him last night.
Nice.
He said he's from Pittsburgh.
Yeah, dope. What do you think of the event?
Yeah, I mean, I've come for 5 straight years. I have a greater appreciation for it now because I'm hosting my first event in Alabama with Jason Creole.
Oh.
The Lawn Care Life Conference,
Okay.
February 23rd and 24th, Springville, Alabama. Caleb and Brittany is coming. Caleb's going to teach you about how to get out of the field. Naylor's teaching on route density. Jason Creole, he's a fertilizer guy.
Mm-hmm.
Then Alan Haynes going to be teaching on like the battery-powered robotics, all that world, autonomous, all that stuff. And we're going to be doing some stuff with my bookkeepers on knowing your numbers.
Mm-hmm.
Jeremiah Jennings lives 12 minutes away. He'll be there. But now that I'm doing all the behind-the-scenes stuff, it makes me appreciate Brian and Liz even more for putting on such a wonderful event. Because I'm going to be putting on my event.
There's a lot of moving parts. A lot of moving parts when it comes to putting on any type of event.
Yeah.
This is real crazy.
Yeah, and Brian and Naylor are my friends. So Naylor puts on several world-class events, the morning show and the rally. And he's doing one in Atlanta, the LCR Summit coming up. So I behind the scenes kind of watch Brian and Naylor work, but I have no skin in the game or risk. I just show up and podcast. But so anyway, now that I'm having my own event, I see things through a different lens, and it makes me really appreciate the excellence of this event for the Fullerton. So
yeah, that's the same thing that happened for me when it came to like filming content and doing podcasting, because you get a different viewpoint. Like from you're on one side of the camera as the viewer, and then when you put yourself on the other side of the camera or microphone, and you're the person people want to hear from. It's just I got a new appreciation for how hard you guys work, because it seems like it's easy to just turn on a microphone and talk, but it's not. You have to have a topic that is going to help people, right? And for you, so you're over 1,000 episodes, 5 days a week. Brian's like 500 or 600 episodes, 3 days a week. It's crazy the amount of work that goes into that. Mm-hmm. It's absolutely insane and stressful. But this is what we signed up for, I guess, Paul.
Yes, we did. Well, is there anything we're leaving out here that needs addressed?
You can follow my YouTube channel.
Yeah, shout it out. Good job on the consistency. I liked I commented it's a stadium, not an arena. And I Googled it to find out the difference.
What is the difference?
So an arena is typically indoors for a hockey game, basketball game, or like they'll even have like tennis matches indoor or whatever. Mm-hmm. So that's an arena. So like the Rupp Arena is where the Kentucky Wildcats play. The Yum Center is where the Louisville Cardinals play. Those are arenas. The stadium is more like where the Pittsburgh Steelers play. That's an outdoor for soccer or football, where it's outdoor. So Michigan Stadium is the football field. Ohio Stadium is where my beloved Buckeyes play.
Gotcha.
So basically think football, outdoor stadium. Now, it's tricky because even the NFL stadium could be a dome, so it could be indoor, but it's a stadium for soccer or football.
Nice.
So basically, basketball and hockey are arenas, football and soccer are stadiums.
Yeah.
But I researched it. But
yeah, that's dope. Well, you can follow me, Mack Landscaping and Lawn Care on YouTube, Mack_Landscaping 412 on Instagram. And we got the Lawn Care Power Moves show that comes out Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. The Power Moves live show, which is Wednesday on Instagram, 9 p.m. Eastern every Wednesday. We've been doing it for over a year. And soon I will be dropping On the Attack with Mack, a new podcast for the lawn care industry. So be on the lookout for that.
Cool. Well, thanks so much, Cornell. And it's always good to see you in Louisville and Novi and, at future events. Definitely look forward to seeing what you're doing because so many people ask me, like, hey, I want to start a podcast or this, that, or the other, and then they just fizzle out, which I understand, but you stuck with it, and especially Instagram Lives, I always see you, Wednesday and whatnot. popping up on my thing. And sometimes I join in.
Yeah, Paul, you've been a regular guest on there. You've been on there at least 4 or 5 times.
Yeah, and you see the followers uptick when
Yeah, absolutely. Every time I got to make sure though when we get you on there that I start spitting fire, so that people are getting something from it and that we're not wasting your time. But it's always fun when you hop on there. I appreciate it.
Quick prediction. Next Sunday, and then this episode is going to come out after the game, Pittsburgh comes to Ohio, to Cleveland. Browns, Steelers, big AFC North division game. Who wins?
Hopefully the Steelers, man. We already got y'all once. So hopefully the Steelers win. It's crazy what Mike Tomlin can do with people, with a team that really is devoid of stars at the moment. But he wins.
That Fitzpatrick's a star. And Watt.
Well, yeah, the defense, but Fitzpatrick's hurt, I think. Right now.
Really?
Yeah, and Watt is absolutely amazing. I'm super happy that we have.
He's a superstar, not a star.
Right? He just 3 sacks almost every game. It's crazy.
He pretty much single-handedly beat the Browns when they came there. Although Nick Chubb got hurt, which was
right. That
stinks. Yeah. I love Nick Chubb. He's my favorite player by far.
I think that was the last time I talked to you. Was right after that happened.
Yeah, I was pretty sad.
Sad, man.
I love Nick Chubb. He shows up, puts in the work, and does his job. And great role model. All right, well, we're gonna let Cornell go get his chicken parm, and I'm gonna enjoy the what do we have here?
I'm not sure what that guy is, but he has like a Trojan golden helmet on.
Cedric's whispering.
Yeah, he's like, you want me to make you a play?
Oh, I got you. What a good friend. Yeah,
that's my guy.
What a good friend. All right, well, thanks for watching. If you're listening to the Green Industry Podcast, my cameraman, he traveled. How far did you drive? How many hours? 6 hours from Louisville, and he came 6 hours to come and film these episodes so that hopefully you guys can watch on YouTube. And if you are watching on YouTube, thank you. Smash that subscribe button. Hope to catch you on the next episode. Peace.